Hello! Welcome to Farming Simulator on Shamrock Valley map, episode number 5. Today we are going to do more work on this field. We need to get something planted in it. Which means, first of all, if you look down here, you can see that it's not fertilized at all and there's no weeds. But if you look up the map here, you can get even more information by clicking over here. Soil composition here. It is red. Field number 1, which is where we are, is red, which means it needs plowing. It doesn't need lime anymore. We got some lime on there, but it needs plowing. So let's go back to the farm. We can bring this big old lime spreader with us because we won't need it. None of my other fields even have any crops on them. The other fields are all grass. So we are going to need the lime spreader when we're ready to work those fields. Well, interesting. I was thinking I would worry about not do anything with those fields right now. Yeah, you know what? And that's what I'm going to stick with. Oops. I should look both ways before I go out in the street. I'm going to stick with that. I'm not going to touch those other fields right now. Let's get this one. Let's get field number 1 completely up and running. Let's get it plowed. Let's get it planted. At least that much. Maybe even a round of fertilizer. Whoops. Whoa. Maybe I'll back up from this angle, or this view, because I seem to do better when I'm backing up in this view. But yeah, let's just focus on getting field number 1 growing before I worry about any of the other fields. I mean, I didn't do great, but I do kind of think maybe I did better. Of course, I got out of first-person view. I do think maybe I do better in the first-person view for backing up, which doesn't really makes sense to me because I have much better view here. Maybe because when I'm in this view I can see everything that's going on. Maybe I'm better at backing up when I can't really see everything. Maybe ignorance is bliss. All this extra information is confusing me. Okay, Q, and yeah, we'll just leave that there. That's pretty well done. Alright, there's the plow. Now, there are seeders that will cultivate the field too. Plows are so slow. Do we have to do that? Or can we buy one of those? I don't know why I just switched over here. I mean, if we cultivate it, we don't need to plow it. Cultivating it will be the same effect, end result. So maybe I'll just go over here and see, first of all, do I own a cultivator? Here's the plow. With the plow, you can repair fields. And here's my seeder, which doesn't do anything but put seeds in the ground. And you can get machines that do these both at the exact same time. And that's really way better. Or you can get a cultivator that is just a lot faster than the plow. Because you don't need the plow for an existing field. So I don't own anything else that can plow and or cultivate that field. So I could get a cultivator. And let's see. So one of the reasons the plow is so slow is because its width is only 2.5 meters. So right off the bat, if I get a cultivator, the smallest, cheapest cultivator they have is 3 meters. So the smallest cultivator they have is already a little bit wider than the one I get for free. If I grab this one, this is 3.7 meters wide. And this offers the possibility to seed directly. No previous cultivating or plowing necessary. So this is also a seed planter. Oh, but it's not for the types of crops we want to do. Ugh. Everything's got to be so complicated. This is... Okay, so let's look at seeders that are also cultivators. Because we got to make sure we get a seeder that plants the type of plants we want. Okay, so this one is a seeder planter. Can sow your fields. Additionally, this machine offers the possibility to seed directly. No previous cultivating or plowing is necessary. It's 3 meters wide, which is only a little wider than the plow, but it does the cultivating / plowing, and it does the seeding at the same time. So that would be great for $30,000. But what does just a cultivator by itself cost? A 3 meter wide cultivator, I can get it for $7 grand. This one presumably would, I don't know why I would get this more expensive one. It's the same width. And it's the same speed. There's probably a reason. And these plant grass, cotton, and I don't know what that other icon is. But they don't plant wheat and oat and the kind of stuff, and these are just way too expensive. You know, maybe, oh my goodness, maybe I'll just use the plow for the first time, because I kind of spent a lot of money buying that giant lime spreader. And even though I have $47,000, oops, I'm lost. I have $47,000 left, but I've spent half of it already on equipment, and we haven't really done anything profitable. We sold a few straw bales, but they were very, very poor profit. They made very little money. So let's just use what we have. We'll just use this plow. It'll be slow. It'll take a long time, but it's free. You know, I've already got it. And honestly, it's heavy in the back, so it's sometimes my front wheels are being lifted up, and then I can't turn because they're in the air. Okay, so it'll take a, you know what? Using this slow plow slowly to slowly do it slow. Can I say slow any more than that? Will make it more special when we can afford something better. So, yeah, turn plow. Okay, B to turn the plow, so we're going to twist it around the other way. And then I'm going to come over here. And, okay, V to lower the plow. And you don't really have to do anything other than lower it. You don't, you know, turn it on or anything. You just lower it and drive forward. And it does its magic. But see what a small area it's doing? It's going to take a long time. So, ultimately I'm going to put a worker on it. But first, let's do a little time lapse while I do some of this by hand, so that the worker has a bit of a head start. And then, after we get it going, I'll switch this to a worker. Whoa! And then I'll go get a... Oh, wait, what? Some of these are straw bales! Oh, phooey, they must... Did they just roll away into the bushes? Oh, man. Well, I can't deal with you straw bales hiding in the trees right now. I got other work to do. I put away all the equipment for you. Okay, anyway. So, yeah, I'm going to do this by hand with the time lapse. And then when we get a good head start on this, I'll let the worker do this while I go get the seed planter. So I'll be putting in the seeds behind at kind of the same time. Like, while the worker is doing this on the other side of the field. Oh my gosh. I'm so bad at this. Which is another reason to get the worker to do it. The worker can go in a straight line. Oh my goodness. I'm not drunk or anything. Just not overlapping. Oh boy. But yeah. So that's the plan. So I'm going to switch it over to a time lapse, and I will See you when we have made more progress. Here we go. Alright, so I've got a worker driving that tractor. I've got a worker driving that tractor, and I am really frustrated with how slow this is going. Oh my goodness. And part of it is that I'm not very good with that tool because of the way it's all diagonal. It's very difficult. I don't know, and my brain has a hard time telling where the leftmost part of this is working the field and where the rightmost part of this is working the field. So it's really hard for me to line things up. But anyway, I'm terrible using the plow. The worker's doing a better job. And I am going to... Whoa. No, there we go. Okay. I'm going to go over to the farm and grab the blue tractor, and we are going to... Oops. We're going to get the seed planting thingamajig, and we're going to plant some seeds. It's not over here. I don't know where I'm going. Let's see. We're gonna get some seeds planting while that worker is plowing, and we're gonna get this field growing. There we go. It's over there. We are going to actually get some plants growing. When we bought the fields, you know, when we started the game, there was already a crop in there. Was it oats or barley? Something like that? I don't remember. Anyway, we should go sell that, incidentally. The stuff we harvested from the field, we should go sell it. We'd earn a little profit. Maybe I can use that to buy a wider plow or cultivator, so cultivating these fields, plowing these fields doesn't take so darn long. It's probably a really good idea. For now, we're going to take our tiny... Oh! I need to go fill up with seeds. What is going on? There's some kind of a traffic jam up ahead, and I don't think it's ever going to resolve itself. Okay, well, it's just a video game. So, my goodness, and there's a whole bunch of cars coming. I'm just going to get in the wrong lane and pass all these suckers. Goodbye, guys. Woo! I'm just going right down to here anyway. Hey, I like that. You can see the tractor plowing the field in the background up there. That's pretty neat. Alright. We need to buy some bags of seeds to go in my seed putter in the grounder. Let's see here. Seed bag. Let's buy a couple of these. 1, 2. If I was smart, I would just look at how much seed my tool could hold and then buy exactly that amount of seed. But instead, I just bought a random amount, and we'll just see what happens. Alright. We're gonna pull around here right next to the seed bag and fill it up. Oh my goodness, this only carries 1,000 thingamajigs of seed. That's only one bag worth of seed, so I don't think that's going to be enough to do this whole field. Now I have the helper set to automatically purchase... What happened to the traffic jam? I guess when I went into the store, the computer just made all those cars disappear and the traffic jam is gone. So wow. Maybe that's just how it is in Ireland. Traffic jams back up and then everybody just goes home. They're like, I'll go into town tomorrow. It's not working today. Anyway, yeah, when I have a helper driving these machines, it automatically buys new seed or new fertilizer or whatever the thing is. And then, so it just magically appears in the machine, in the tool. It's not realistic. I guess I'm not very realistic. But it is easier. But if I have the worker running the plow while I manually run the seeder, I am going to use up seed while I'm manually driving it, and I might need to make a lot of trips back to fill up. Now I guess we could put those bags... What could we do? We could put those bags on the same trailer that that we had the bales on, and we could bring them all over here, but honestly, loading them all up on the trailer is kind of a lot of work too. I don't know if that's honestly any better. Alright, let's see here. So, now since this field is an irregular shape, I probably do want to be human about this and not just go in a perfectly straight line all the time necessarily, but just try to hug the edge. Now see, it's a little easier for me to operate this tool because it is just a perfectly straight line, 90 degrees perpendicular to the tractor, if that makes sense. But you know what I mean? Like, the plow is all cattywampus at a diagonal, and this is just a straight line? I don't know. Anyway, you probably understand what I mean, even though I don't think I'm using the right words. But this tool is just easier for me to work than the plow. You'll also notice that we're just going faster. Like, the tractor itself, the machine, is just going at a higher velocity as I'm planting, just because the plow requires so much horsepower to pull it through the dirt that it really slows down. And I'm using the plow. I made sure to be using the plow with the red tractor, which is the higher horsepower tractor, so it's the better one to use the plow for. Now, I just got a message. Helper B says he's completed its task. No, you haven't. I think you just got stuck. But you have not completed your task. I'm going to come here and get you back on task. Oobly-doobly. So yeah, my gosh, this could just end up being the most boring episode of all time if I just make you guys watch all this. We've already had a long... hire a helper again. Okay, yeah, okay, he's back to work. He's back to work. We've already done a long time lapse, but oh man, this is the work that needs to get done. We need to plow the field, we need to plant the field. Maybe I'll do another time lapse of me planting seed while the worker runs the plow, but not do everything. Oops, I missed a bit. Maybe I'll just do a little bit of a time lapse of both of these machines going at once, and then I will just stop recording until the field is finished, so you guys can just see the final result. I don't know. Or maybe I should just record all of it and play it back in a time lapse that's like just crazy fast, so this very long time just flies by. I don't know what the best way to do this is. Honestly, I would, if I was just playing by myself and not recording or anything, I would probably just hire a worker for both of these at this point and just walk away, you know, and just let them run, because doing this whole field with these tiny little tools is not that much fun. It just takes too long. It's just too long, too slow, too boring. We need to buy some better tools, is what it comes down to ultimately. The fields that we started with are really big for the tools we have. The tools we have are too small for fields of this size, I feel like. And maybe, I mean, if this was real life, I guess you would just do what you gotta do. But if this was real life, this would be your job, you'd be getting paid. I'm not getting paid. I'm doing this for fun. So it's fun to do a little bit of this by hand, and then after a while it stops being fun, and that's when I hire a worker to do the rest of the boring bit for me, and then I get to come and do something fun again. So yeah, I'll do a little bit more by hand. We'll time lapse that, and then I'll just turn off the recording until it's all done, and you guys, I will see you at the end. So here we go, a little bit of time lapse. Enjoy it. Woohoo! Alright. We just... Oh! I just saw that the worker said he was finished, but he's not finished. He missed a section. Okay, well, but it's a very tiny section. We will just wrap this up. Woof-ta! It took a long time. Okay, let's see. Lower it, turn it on. We should be putting seeds in the ground now. And it looks like we are. Okay, so we have finally almost gotten this field plowed and seeded. And you can see we're already getting weeds. So the next step in maximizing our yield is fertilizing the field, and we need to trim the weeds. Or we will be spraying herbicide to kill the weeds. But I'm not doing that in this episode. We'll do that. I guess we'll do that in the next episode. We could do that next time. Or we could harvest the grass. We could mow the grass in one of these other fields. Or we could buy some cows. Because we've got a whole big thingamajig for cows. And cows are cool. So I don't know exactly what we'll do next. But, oh man, the weeds are just showing up in real time, just as we're going. Okay, the whole thing is now been done. And I don't know why this is a weird color over here. And I guess the very edge didn't get lime on it. It must not have come prepared all the way out to the very edge. So I don't know. But if you look at fruit types, we see wheat has been planted everywhere. And it's all growing. So the field is good. And soil composition, it's just complaining about weeds. And it does need to be fertilized too, but we'll do that later. So this has been a long episode. I've been playing for a long time. I didn't record all of it, and a lot of it is going to be a time lapse that I did record, so I don't know if it's going to end up being a long episode to watch. Open the gate. But it was a long episode to record. So we're going to bring the tractors back to the farm. I'm not going to need either of these tools next time, I don't think. I'm going to turn on the old Follow Me mod that I showed you guys in the last episode. This is actually a really good example. This is a really good time to use Follow Me. To use the Follow Me mod, because I actually need to move, there we go, 2 vehicles. Kind of far. Oops. Not super de-duper far, but a little far. Anyway, so we'll drive down this little dirt road back to the farm. And yeah, realistically, we'll probably be weeding and fertilizing that field again next week. And then after that, it'll take some time for it to grow. So we'll be free to go do something else. And realistically, the smart thing to do is to mow the grass in one of my other fields, plow it, lime it, and plant some seeds in it in one of the other fields so that they're also growing crops. But I'm not going to do it again with these tools. These tools are too small. I'll keep the plow because you can use the plow to do some things like creating brand new fields that you do need the plow for. But I'm going to get rid of this seeding machine, and I'm probably going to get a cultivator and seeder all in one so that it goes faster. And I'll probably get one that is wider. So it goes faster. Because these fields... So this is a custom map, right? When you start out on the 2 maps that come with the game, they're not... The fields you start with are smaller than this. I'm almost positive the fields you start with are smaller than this. They have fields on the map that are way bigger than what we have now, but they're not this big. So these tiny tools just don't work for fields this size. You know, in the game, they're really designed for the smaller fields. And it is fantastic that we have such, large fields. That's cool. But we need larger equipment for it. So we're going to buy, before we plant any more fields, we're going to get some bigger equipment so the whole job goes faster. And that, honestly, a big part of the fun of this game, whoops, is buying new machines, new tools, new equipment. And that's kind of why I wanted to do one field with the cheap, tiny stuff, even though it was painfully slow. That way, when we go buy better stuff, it'll feel like an upgrade. We'll go use it on this field next time we do, after it grows and we harvest it and it's time to plant it again. I'll go use the brand new tools on it and I'll be like, oh, I remember how long it took the first time. Oh, it's so much better with this new equipment. You know what I mean? So it'll feel cooler because we did it with the tiny tools once. And then the big tools will feel more impressive. Anyway, that'll do it for this episode. Thank you for watching, everybody. I have no idea why I'm putting the tractors in this building, but I guess I'm actually putting everything away properly for a change for some reason. I'm hoping to do some more episodes on Shamrock Valley. I love this map. My goal for the series is to get to at least 10 episodes, and this is episode number 5, so we're halfway there. And if I might go beyond 10 if I'm still enjoying it and still having fun, but I don't know. I'll decide that when I get there. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thank you and good night.